This is Rugby Merlin and welcome back to the channel. So I've just watched the test match. Absolutely fantastic. I was enthralled from start to finish, and what a great game to watch. So notable changes before the start of the match. You had Willemse starting at 12, which is a big call from Razi. Willemse is a very talented rugby player, but he has never started for South Africa at 12. So that was a big call. And you had Leroy Carter on the wing. So if you know, you know. Jasper Visa is back at number 8 after a ban. And so there was like some changes after the disappointing loss for South Africa last week, but it was all on a knife edge, at the start of the match, and it was very, very intense. So the build up to the match was great. You had the seashell playing guy, and then doing the haka and all that. And it was like such a nice build up to the match, actually. I really enjoyed it. And they were saying it's the greatest rivalry in rugby. Now, I'm not sure. Of course, I'm Welsh. So for me, it's like Wales versus England, right? That's the greatest rivalry. But after watching this match, I actually think, yes, this is the greatest rivalry in world rugby. It was so intense for the full 80. And so you win the award, whatever trophy that is for the world's greatest rivalry in rugby. You win it. So well done, boys. Also, we have the Georgian ref. Now, I'm a big fan of the Georgian rugby playing nation, and I do like this Georgian ref as well. And what I will say about the refs is they're all pretty jacked as well. So I kind of enjoyed that part of it as well. But South Africa do start very strongly, and Marks just misses his throw at a key point, and the South African lineout was a bit hit and miss, so they kind of lost the initiative a couple of times, but they clearly from the off they're looking to play rugby, and they're not going to take a back step. And neither are the New Zealanders too. They get stuck in right away, and it's so intense for the first 40 minutes that it's very hard to take it in. The pace is so high, and it's just a great test match to watch. So I will say it's nice to see both teams basically at full strength. You got all of these great players on the pitch, like the Barretts, all three of the Barretts are on there. You know what I mean? You got Setiti, Peter Steph the Toy, Jasper Visa. It's just amazing to see all these guys going head to head. And that's what I enjoyed about the match the most. There were a few injuries in the first half, I gotta be honest, and the kind of but it didn't really take the kind of shine off the match, because I think that the players that come on were like Quagga Smith, for example. They quality players in their own right, and it was nice to see everybody get a game. RG came on as well and scored an amazing try later. But I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's like one of those games that you know what I mean. It's hard to not wax lyrical about, because it was so good. So if I'm talking about the actual what happened in the game, I mean, one of the big events, I think, was Reinhardt. He knocks the ball on when South Africa went over for the try, and it gets the pull back, and they get a scrum. New Zealand get a scrum. So from that moment on, I was thinking Reinhardt like, is he gonna get like taken off by Razzie? And because he's like 35 years old, it's like dog years, right? He's like 56 in kind of rugby years, but no, he kept him on all through the game, and he actually played really well. So like South Africa were threatening all the way through the first half. Like New Zealand, the try they scored was absolutely beautiful. The hands, if you like replay that, and like the depth that they're coming from, and the beautiful passing skills that they showed, it's like one of the best, I think, examples of like how you should play rugby, and it was really nice. And actually, New Zealand go into the halftime whistle like 10-7 up, so big one for them. Colby, who is like amazing as always. What a great player he is. Like he's such a difference maker. I mean, you can have that guy in your team, and he really does make a big difference. Like even out on the wing there, and that's rare to say, you know, that a winger would have such a big difference on your side. But he is a absolutely legendary player, and if he hasn't got player like International Rugby Player of the Year, then I don't know who deserves it more than him. But he gets an intercept try before the halftime whistle, and he keeps South Africa in it. And South Africa have been playing well, but New Zealand have just like outsmarted them a little bit in the first half. And it goes in, as I said, 10-7 into the halftime whistle. Significant for both teams is who's taking the kicks, and for New Zealand it's Damian McKenzie and Libbok for South Africa, and I think they were both 100%. That makes such a difference, right? In the end result. So that was really nice to see them putting over the kicks. And I will say about Libbok, he has like a knee brace or something on. Like a very heavily wrapped up leg, and I'm thinking whether because he's been known to shank a few kicks, right? I'm thinking whether that is a kind of like keep your legs straight kind of thing. I wouldn't put it past Razzie, but he did brilliantly, and he kicked. I think I'm right in saying 100%, but. The second half kicks off, and New Zealand are in the lead, but South Africa come out absolutely fired up. So I would love to hear that team talk. I know it was a big game for Razzie. South Africa, you know, the building, of course, their squad, but for them, losing like 2-3 in the Rugby World Championship is not acceptable. So I'd like to be a fly in the wall in that changing room and hear what was said, but they come out absolutely charged up. So as the half goes on, South Africa become more and more dominant. Libbok is really finding his groove with his kicks and stuff, and I gotta say Jasper Visa was my man of the match. Absolutely dominant in the contact. Put his hand up every kickoff. I saw him. He's like put his hand up, and he made yards, like, you know. But he was very physical in an extremely physical game. Not to say like the New Zealanders weren't physical. It was brutal. It was absolutely brutal. And but Visa for me was man of the match. Grant Williams comes on, put him on the wing, incredible tackle. I gotta mention this specific moment, incredible tackle to deny New Zealand a try, and it was just Esterhuizen gets a try, and you know, he's bleeding from everywhere, and it was just one of those games. It's like it was just I feel very privileged to have watched it, and I think it was fantastic. New Zealanders are going to be down about like losing against South Africa. But you got to be honest, that was one of the best ones you'll ever see. If you're an aspiring kid or something like, what am I talking about? Anyway, great game. Thank you very much for watching. See you later. Bye.